What's up, guys? It's your boy Luca Bazooka here to talk to you today about a very controversial second leg in the Champions League between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, with which, in my opinion, I think the red card changed the taste of the game. So far, it was going good, and even with Madrid one down to the penalty converted by Lewandowski, I think even at that match at that point, I think, Madrid were still going to qualify if Bayern didn't score another one. But as we all know, on Sergio Ramos's 100th Champions League match, he, of course, makes this one kind of memorable by giving away a goal. Which, again, was very just sad and honestly disappointing to see. But thank God for Ronaldo, right? With which, thanks to Casemiro, again, one of our most underrated players on the ball, who sends in a beautiful cross for him to convert. And I don't think enough people are giving him credit, because he also had a hand in the first leg, Ronaldo's first goal versus Munich in the first leg. He gave the ball to Dani Carvajal, who was sending a beautiful cross again for Ronaldo to put past Neuer. And now he does it again in the second leg. But with the way this match went, I feel people are going to be more interested in talking about the referees and especially Vidal's red card. So let's get straight to it for today. Okay, then my first talking point is Ronaldo. It's like every time he plays against Bayern Munich, he breaks a record. That's since 2014, since he broke the record for most Champions League goals in a season with 17, which he still currently holds. And now he has become the first player ever in the history of the entire competition, before it changed his name and after it changed his name to the Champions League. It was also known as the European Cup, where a few select teams were invited to play in it, and then it became the Champions League, and it just opened up, and then we have the group stages and all these other stages. But now he has become the first ever player to score 100 goals in the Champions League competition in the history of the entire competition. Last week, when he also set the record for being the first player or the only player to have 100 goals in UEFA competitions, which include the Champions League and also the qualifying stages of the Champions League, which he participated in with Madrid back in 2009. He also holds that record. That's like, I don't know, man. Congrats to him. More power to his elbow. And remember, this is a season where Ronaldo has declined. As they say, Ronaldo is not supposed to even score 20 goals this season. As they say, it's time to sell him, because of course he's finished, as they say, every other season. Because I'm not even gonna delve into the hatred and stupid nonsense that people have against Ronaldo, but you gotta feel for Bayern. Every time he plays, it's a record. Even on their official Twitter account, whoever was running it was like, I'm getting tired of writing his name, Ronaldo again. Oh man. But on to another topic. Xabi Alonso, a Real Madrid legend, Liverpool legend, football legend, and I'm not sure if Bayern Munich fans are gonna consider him a legend, seeing as he came in his 30s where he was declining. But either way, he's still a football legend. He's won it all: World Cup, Euros, Champions League. Decorated career. Today was probably the last time we got to see him at the Santiago Bernabeu. He waved during his substitution. He got a standing ovation when he was coming off, which was beautiful to see him get respected like that. Because after this season, not only him, but also Philipp Lahm, they retire from football, period. This is their last season playing. Oh man, and what a career both of them have. Philipp Lahm, who is also a German legend, a Bayern Munich legend, and also a football legend, all in one for both of these guys, who have also won it all. They don't have anything left. They've given it all. And Philipp Lahm in his day was in his prime was the best right back in the world. The only reason he wasn't noticed was due to the dominance of Barcelona and Dani Alves. But of course, as we remember back in Bayern's 2011-12 Champions League Blitz campaign, where they just took down everyone that was in their way. The only one that the only close match that they had was, of course, against Real Madrid, which they went through on penalties in the semis. But other than that, you know, that's when people started recognizing him as, you know, the best or one of the best, when in my opinion he is the most complete right back, and in the words of Pep Guardiola, the smartest player he has ever coached. And keep in mind, this guy has coached Xavi, this guy has coached Iniesta, Messi, and you know, he comes out and says Philipp Lahm is the smartest guy he's ever coached, which is amazing. And also which also, you know, adds more to Philipp Lahm as a player. Now, another a sad thing I want to talk about is I like Ancelotti as a coach, and I don't know him as a person, but you know, from what the players have said, you know, seems like a very great guy. But it hurts to honestly see him lose. It hurts to see him lose. That's why I think we got them too soon. I wish we didn't even get them at all because of Ancelotti. You know, they should have. I would have taken anyone else, because it just hurts to see Ancelotti lose. And I also have to feel for Neuer, because I used to be a keeper back in my unprofessional amateur days, and I know what it's like to concede and have your back line just torn open and then concede. Because every time Neuer concedes in this Champions League quarterfinal tie, he just gets mad, he gets raised, lost it. And honestly, that didn't make me happy, even though, you know, it was my team that was putting the ball in the back of his net. But I gotta feel for him, man, because I can relate in a way-ish, even though I was never pro, but we're not gonna talk about that. And he also left the match in crutches, because he too was just coming back from an injury in the first leg, and he too was not also fit. And after the match, I think his injury kind of just, I think it got re-aggravated again, and I think they're still assessing him. There'll be more updates on that soon. Now, another thing I want to talk about is Hummels. Hummels. In case you didn't know, Hummels was not 100% fit for this match. He had just come back from an injury, same with Lewandowski. But Hummels was playing out of his skin, from all types of goal line clearances to, you know, interception and blocks. Hummels, man, this is again, he wasn't even fit, and honestly, he probably shouldn't have even played. But with the way he was performing, you wouldn't even know the difference, because he was, again, one of the standout players in this tie alongside Dani Carvajal. Now let's move on to the next topic, which will be Lewandowski, who also just came back from a shoulder injury, and didn't really expect much from him, seeing as he was hardly noticeable this match, aside from the penalty he converted, which again was Arjen Robben special. You could say it was a dive, but then again, it was in a box, so it was legit. That was cool. I'm fine with that, even though it came from Robben, which again, he's known for diving and all that stuff. I'm not calling that penalty as a result from a Robben dive, because Robben was a one of the best players in this tie. He was carving up our defense, destroying Marcelo, and there was also contact in the box when Dani took him down. So yes, that penalty was legit. And also, speaking on Marcelo, who again was immense in the second leg. Very, very, very huge in the second leg, attacking and defensively. He also pulled off a goal line clearance from what would have been a Robben goal, which was perfectly chipped over Navas, going in the wrong direction. Thank God for Marcelo to come around and clear that out. And speaking of standout performances, we have to give credit to Asensio, the 21-year-old, out here trying to make a name for himself in the footballing world. You know, he started it off with the game-winning assist in the first leg, and he also put the icing on the cake with the Ronaldo hat trick that seems to be forgotten due to the linesman not really doing his job well. As you can see, the second goal, in my opinion, was offsides, but then you can see the other Bayern player rushing around Ronaldo right as the ball gets to his chest. So that might have been why the linesman probably didn't flag him, or maybe they just didn't see it. But anyway, the ball gets to his chest, he puts it down. Then you see the entire Bayern Munich backline just move in front of Ronaldo and kind of keep him in line, and then he scores. But then again, when the ball was played, Ronaldo was definitely, I think, offsides. He was definitely offsides when the ball was played. But by the time the ball had got to him, the Bayern Munich backline was already around him. And not saying it's legit, because then again, that's just another shady play, which also brings in why they really need to kick in this video assistant refereeing, because again, we cannot continue to rely on the 3 referees, the 1 on the pitch and the 2 on the sidelines, to make all the decisions. Everybody makes mistakes, and this one just is one of those reasons why it is needed. They have replay. I don't know why they just don't use it. I don't know why they just don't ask, one of the people up in the box that run the screens and everything to play it back, so they can see it and make an informed decision. Now, speaking of referees, we can also go to Vidal's red card, which again, that's why, like I said, it changed the taste of this game. Now, in my opinion, I think he should have been sent off way earlier before that for his tackle on Casemiro at the edge of Bayern's box. He should have, gotten that second yellow then and been sent off. And also, Casemiro too was making some dangerous plays, with which, in my opinion, he too should have gotten a second yellow and been sent off. But yes, you can see in the first leg, the referee allowed a lot of physical contact and allowed the play to keep going, as to dispel the mentality that, oh, if you go down, he's gonna stop play every 5 minutes. Anyone went down, which I enjoyed in the first leg. But in the second leg, he allowed it again, even when some of them looked dangerous, and he still allowed it. And then the minute he pulled out his card, which again was at the wrong time, it just kind of changed the whole taste of the game for me. But that's all I have to say for today. If you like this, please don't forget to subscribe, share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.